Guys, so this is the VPC peering video, AWS VPC peering. What is AWS VPC peering? First of all, it is a virtual private cloud VPC, the virtual network dedicated to your AWS account. It is logically isolated from other virtual networks in the AWS cloud. You can launch AWS resources such as Amazon EC2 instances into your VPC. So a VPC peering connection, a networking connection between two VPCs that enables you to route traffic between them using private IPv4 addresses or v6 addresses. Instances in either VPC can communicate with each other as if they are within the same network. You can create a VPC peering connection between your own VPCs or with VPC in another AWS account. VPCs can be different in different regions, also known as inter-region VPC connection. So what we're going to do is we're going to create two VPCs in two different regions, and then we're going to make a connection between them. And we're going to create an instance inside. So we're going to create one VPC in suppose North Virginia, which is US East 1, and then another VPC in North California, which is US West 1. Then we're going to create a subnet there for each. Then we're going to create a route table for each or update a route table for each. And then we're going to create internet gateway for both. And then we're going to create we're gonna create internet gateway for both, and then we're going to do some more configurations. Ultimately, we're going to create EC2 instances in North Virginia, US East 1, and North California, US West 1. US East 1 EC2 instance will have public IP, so we could connect to it, and US West 1 will have a private IP. This EC2 instance in North California will only be able to accept connection from this EC2 instance here. So that's what we plan to do. So let's get going. And also, obviously, we're going to create a VPC peering as well. So I'm going to explain that in the diagram here. What we're going to do is we will create VPC in North Virginia, which is US East 1, and we're going to create a VPC in North California, which is US West 1. So in this US East 1, so this would be, we're going to call the VPC as the area name, so VPC equals N-Virginia-VPC for the lab purpose, and obviously its IP range we can give as 10.0.0.0/24, actually /16, although we don't have that kind of machines there. For the other side, it will be North California, so we're just gonna add California VPC, and we're gonna keep the subnet range different here. So we're gonna go for or IP range. What's wrong with me? I'm gonna do 168.0.0/16. So that's how we're going to keep the IP range for the VPCs in two different regions. So obviously this is US East 1, and this is US West 1. So these are different regions. We're going to be creating a VPC in each. So then we're going to go for creation of a subnet inside each VPC, and the subnet also be obviously, so subnet equals, so the subnet name would be n dash Virginia dash subnet, and its IP range would be 10.0.0.0 slash 24, and obviously there as well we're gonna give a range name and range there. This would be in California, right? So California dash subnet, and its first two octets would be this. So we're going to give that range here, and then we're going to create, we're going to also create here internet gateway. So the internet gateway provides internet services, obviously, to the VPC. So I'll go for IGW or internet gateway, and this internet gateway will be called n dash Virginia IGW, and this internet gateway will be responsible for connecting this VPC to the internet. So this is going to be internet gateway, right? And so this is the same thing we need here as well. So in AWS VPCs, we do need internet gateway, otherwise they won't be able to connect with each other across the regions. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to create a route table or update the route table. There will be, as soon as you create a subnet, a route table will be automatically created for the subnet. If we had more than one subnet, then that route table, which is automatically created when the subnet is created, so if you have multiple subnets, that route table will connect automatically two subnets, two or more subnets, right? So we're going to update that route table, and with the help of that, we're going to connect the internet gateway to the VPC, correct VPC. Actually, when we create internet gateway, we will attach it to the correct VPC. The route table will help us connect to the route table, will help the IGW to connect to the correct subnet. Okay? So this route table will connect internet gateway will this route table will help internet gateway connect to the subnet during internet connection, and obviously the route table is bringing or receiving traffic from anywhere, right? So this route table will be receiving traffic from anywhere as well. Obviously the same route table will be created here, so the internet could be provided here as well. And so in Azure, this is not really needed. Internet is already available when you create your own VNet there, but this is VPC and AWS. They have different policies. Other than that, we're going to be creating a EC2 instance as well in both. And the EC2 instance will be, so here, the EC2 instance, name would be n dash Virginia EC2, and obviously the same way we're gonna name the other one. It's just going to be n dash California, right? California. We're going to that. Also, there will be an storage, oh, sorry, security group, and that security group or SG will be um, N dash Virginia dash SG, and this will be accepting traffic uh, from anywhere, right? Um, and it will be the same way we're going to create that. That this is going to be this EC2 instance will also be accepting traffic from anywhere, right? So obviously it's but the main difference here between the two EC2 instances in the two regions would be that this EC2 instance uh, public IP enabled here and public IP here will be disabled. So the then only way we can connect to this instance is if we can launch a remote desktop connection from here to here. Obviously, we're going to be then creating, um, you know, the peering connection, which is the actual lab. We're going to be creating a peering connection here, and that peering connection will help us uh, connect the public IP-based EC2 instance to a private IP-based EC2 instance. Okay. And when we create the peering connection, we will have to still update the route table that not only the route table is connecting internet gateway to the subnet, route table is also connecting the destination IP to the peering connection. Then we're going to update the route table here as well. That hey route table, you will be helping connect traffic to this destination IP through this peering connection. So we're going to do all that as well. Let's start the lab for this. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the lab. Now here we have on the left side of the ring. Oh, no, it's not a wrestling. So on the left side, we are connected to North Virginia in the VPC dashboard and the North Virginia E2 dashboard. And on the right side of the ring, we have um, North California VPC dashboard and North California E2 dashboard. So just putting it on the other side so we could always differentiate where are we now and what are we doing. So what we need to do is that we're going to be creating, so I'll be referring to the diagram always. Well, this was created with an effort. I'll take a screenshot of this and basically put it in a slide. So let me just quickly put that so I could actually get it from the slide whenever I want. Okay. So that said, let's start creating the North Virginia VPC. So I'm just going to first create a VPC, then I'm going to create a subnet for that, and then internet gateway, update the route table always, right? And make sure that public IP is enabled here, then create the EC2 instance with the security group accepting traffic from anywhere. One more thing about the security group, obviously this is a Windows machine, so this is going to be adding accepting traffic, which type of traffic, right? So 3389 is the traffic it's gonna be accepting from anywhere. So this is traffic. Now I have to copy this again and put it on the other screen in the slide. Okay. Okay. Now, first I'm just gonna go ahead and create the VPC called End Virginia VPC. So I'll switch to the lab, and I'm in North Virginia right now. In the VPC dashboard, I'll go to it's already there on your VPC. So I'm just gonna click the Create VPC here, and I'll go for N dash Virginia dash VPC, and I'll give a CIDR a range here 10.0.0.0 /16, right? Although we don't need that kind of clients, but still giving some range here. So then I'll simply create VPC here. And then according to the diagram, so VPC with a range is created. Now I'm going to go for subnet with a range. So I'll switch to the lab here, and I'll go to the subnets and create a subnet here. First, I'll say that I'll select which VPC to create the subnet in. Then I'll go for the subnet name, which is n-virginia dash subnet. So I don't intend to create multiple subnets, so this is okay. Preference, no preference is okay, or just for organization's sake, for 1A, not compulsory though. And then we go for 10.0.0/24 here. So that would be the range for the subnet inside the VPC in North Virginia. I'm just gonna create the subnet again. Well, so what happened here? Excuse me. Now, if we go back to the diagram here, subnet is created. I'm just gonna check that public IP is enabled or not. I'll go back here, select in the subnet, select the subnet that I created. I'll go for subnet settings, and then I'll go for enable auto sign public IPv4 address and save. Why did I do that? Because I want to connect from my machine to this EC2 instance, and for that it has to have a public IP. Right? So I'll go back here and in fact come back here and check that okay, VPC done, subnet done, public IP checked, it is enabled and checked. Now I'm going to go for creating an internet gateway and then update the existing route table. So the route table that is, let me just show you that the route table is also already created when the subnet was created, right? So if I go back here and go to the subnets, in fact, then under the subnet is route table, right? Oops. So for that and refresh, verify operation describe route tables. Well, there was supposed to be a default route table here, and but I'm not just going to create a route table. In fact, just check on the other side, VPC, if the route table is showing there. No, it's not showing there. For operation, I'll just check this. Guys, so I just resumed the video. I had paused the video before. So what really happened, the route tables were not showing because I was logged into this account for a long time, and somehow it was showing a that error. So I refreshed it. It kicked me out of the AWS user account. Then I had to log back in with MFA, and now it shows. So there was nothing wrong here. Um, yeah, I was showing you the route table. If I go back here, so uh, let's just check the route table that is already created when the subnet was created. And in fact, better go ahead and rename it to a proper name. So I'll just, I'm in the route table, and there is one route table that is do not touch, which means that it is connected to the default subnet, but our VPC or default VPC. So our VPC is North Virginia VPC. So this is the route table for that. I'm just going to rename that route table to n dash Virginia dash route table. So that route table is named. Now, if I go back to the diagram, so I need to create an internet gateway and connect it to the VPC, North Virginia. So I'm going to go for internet gateway, and I'm going to click create internet gateway, and I'll name it, guessed it, n dash Virginia dash internet gateway. So just putting the naming convention, so we should know that it is belonging to which region, just for the lab purpose. I'm going to click create internet gateway, but it also says that attached to a VPC. Just creating it is not enough. You have to attach it to a VPC, so it could supply internet to that VPC. So attached to VPC, when I click, that's the only VPC that is showing here in Virginia VPC. So I'm just going to click attach internet gateway. It is attached now. So if I click the internet gateways, so there are two gateways here. So if I go to the diagram, internet gateway is created. It's going to receive traffic from anywhere on the internet, and it is, for now, it is attached to the North Virginia PC. So I need to update the current route table. In the route table, I could create another one as well. I'll just update the current route table to have this internet gateway send internet traffic to the subnet. So I'm going to go to the route table, and first of all tell it, hey, there's an internet gateway here. Right? So I'll go there to the route table, the existing one, although I can create a new one as well, but I'll just update the existing one and go to the routes, and then go to edit routes. And I will say that, hey, you have an internet gateway now that brings traffic from anywhere in the internet. So that's the internet gateway, and that's the internet gateway. Right? So we told the route table that you're going to be receiving internet from internet gateway, but we can just tell the route table where to send that internet, traffic. So I'm just going to go to subnet association, and then click edit subnet association, and click North Virginia and save association, which means that if we go to the diagram, so we told this route table that it's going to receive internet traffic from this internet gateway, and then it's going to transfer that internet to this subnet, right? And whichever EC2 instances are in this subnet will get the internet. So that's what it is. That's what we did. Now we're going to go for the EC2 instance, and we're going to create it inside the subnet here. So the name of the EC2 instance would be Virginia EC2, right? And during the instance creation, we're going to create the security group as well. I'm just going to go back here, and so we are in North Virginia, remember that. So I'm going to go to the instance, reload that, maybe it will, okay, so it is already logged in, and so this is already one created, but it's terminated. So I'm just going to create a new one. North Virginia and EC2 dashboard, launch instance. I'm going to go for N-Virginia dash EC2 instance, or however you want to put the name. And I'll just go down to Windows, and then yep, it's 2022 Windows Server. It's okay. Do.micro is free. Key pair, I'll go for create new key pair. I'll go for N-Virginia dash key pair. Okay. I'll just simply create key pair dash Virginia key pair. Okay. And I want to put this EC2 instance in the correct VPC and subnet. So I'm just going to click the edit, and I'm going to click this and North Virginia PC. Also, yep, the correct subnet is there. It is auto assigned public IP, which is also okay. We are creating a security group, which is connecting RDP connection, right? So I'm naming it N-Virginia SG, and Control A, Control C, and then select Control V, paste it here as well. And it's just connecting 3389 traffic, right? Also, I'm going to go to advanced network configuration here, and I'm going to go down to delete on termination. Whenever I delete the machine, please delete the network interface card as well. Other than that, nothing in the storage and nothing in the advanced details. I'm just going to click launch instance, which is N-Virginia EC2 instance, right? So if I go there, instances, so now that instance is there, pending, ignore this pending, it's already terminated because I tested it first. So it's pending, I'll just refresh that, and pending is up, and very soon it's going to start. So once it is going to start, if I go back to this, diagram, VPC is created, subnet is created, this is checked, public IP enabled, internet gateway is created, route table, existing route table is updated, and there's an internet gateway. Then this default route table that got created when we created the subnet, this subnet. So we click the subnet association as well with it. So now route table tells the internet gateway that, okay, I'm going to receive traffic from you, internet traffic from you. I'm going to send it to this particular subnet. And the EC2 instance, once created, then we're going to remotely, from our laptop, we're going to connect to this machine. And from there, once we connect, that's good. We're going to build the whole other environment in the North California. Ultimately, what the end game is, we should be able to connect to a virtual machine which has only private IP and is accepting traffic from internet through, but it's going to accept the traffic from peering connection, right? So we're going to accept traffic from there. Right now, what I need to attempt is I need to go connect to this machine. First, I'll check that if the machine is up. Yep, it is running. So I'll just simply connect the connect button here for North Virginia, click RDP client, and this is my public IP. I'll just put this information here. So it's N-Virginia dash EC2 instance, right? Info, and I'll just put the dash here, enter, and so the IP, public IP is this, although I will be just downloading the RDP connection, right? I need to get the password. I know that account is username is administrator to put it. in case we need to later use it. I'm gonna get the password. Password we can only get by in the upload private key file, which was downloaded when we were creating the machine. So this is the N Virginia key pair, and then this is the private key here. I'm gonna click the decrypt password, and there it is, the password for this machine, which I'm putting here, right? So I need to connect to this machine. So I'm just gonna download the remote desktop. It is there, RDP file. I'll double click and click connect, and then put the password here and press OK. It connects. Yes, I'll let it connect. Okay, it's connecting now, and I'll just let it connect. But now I need to create the whole environment on the other side. And so I'll reload that on the California side, right? US West one. So if I go to the diagram, I'm going to create this whole configuration. So I'm going to go to the US West one, and first I'm going to create VPC, North California VPC, then North Carolina subnet, California subnet. I'll keep that public IP distribution disabled. I'll connect the internet gateway, create the internet gateway, connect it to VPC. Then I'll update the existing route table and attach it to the internet gateway and attach it also to the subnet here. I'll create the EC2 instance and the security group here as well, right? So I'll just go to North California now. I'm there now, so I'm just gonna click route table, create route table here, right? So, oh, did I say route table? Seriously, what's wrong with me? We're supposed to be in your VPC, so if I go to the diagram, first I need to create a VPC, right? And subnet. Okay, so I'll switch back on your VPC, and it's in North California, and naming convention we're gonna keep the same. So N dash California dash N dash California dash VPC, and I'm gonna give it obviously separate range as per the diagram. So 192.168.0.0/16, and then that's it, default, and I'll click the create VPC. Also, then if I go back to the diagram, so VPC is created, now I'm going to create subnet in the VPC. So I'll go back there. This is a subnet. It's still North California. So subnet here. I'll just click create subnet, and which VPC to attach. It's North California VPC, and I'll name it N dash California dash subnet. And just for organization purpose, I'll select 1A here, and we have to give an IP range as well, /24, and then click create subnet. Once the subnet is created, if I go to the route table also got created with the VPC. So actually it got created with VPC. I'll just name it as N dash California dash route table, right? If we go back to the diagram here, route table renamed, which was created with VPC and subnet. So now I'm going to create internet gateway and attach it to the VPC. So I'll go back here, go to internet gateway, and then create internet gateway, and name it, you guessed it, N dash California dash internet gateway. Click create gateway, and it says attached to a VPC. So yes, I've attached it to North California VPC and attach internet gateway. Now we need to go to the existing route table and tell it that it's going to receive traffic from internet through this internet gateway. Then it needs to send it to this particular subnet for traffic. Okay? So I'll go back here, go to the route table that is already there, select that, and first I'll go to the routes and then edit routes and then add route here, and that all the traffic from internet coming uh, with the help of internet gateway, that is this one, and save changes. Also, I'll still stick to the route table and tell that route table that, hey, you're receiving traffic from internet gateway, which is defined here, but you have to send it to this subnet. Which subnet? I'm going to click edit subnet association, and then this is the subnet that is going to receive the traffic. Subnet association here is also done. If I go back to so this route table now knows that it has to receive traffic from internet here and then connect it to the subnet. Now is the time to create the EC2 instance, which will have only private IP. We haven't created the peer connection yet. So I'm just going to create an EC2 instance in California. So this was the VPC dashboard for North California. Now I'm going to go to the EC2 instance dashboard for North California as well. So if I click that, reload, and the North Californian EC2 instances. So I'm just going to click the instance. It's auto terminated, so ignore that because I was testing that before. I launch another instance and follow the naming convention as we decided already, and as California as EC2 instance and Windows and free tier eligible key pair. So create new key pair here. I'll go for n dash California dash key pair. Create key pair. It's downloaded here. Now we need to make changes in the network settings for California as well. EC2 instance, so it has to be in the correct VPC, and California VPC subnet is also correct, but it's not going to get an IP from public IP. Right? It's going to have only private IP, and we're just creating a default security group that connects us through port 3389 from anywhere. So I'll just n dash California dash SG, Control A, Control C, and select in the description and Control V. Paste it. It's connecting us to port 3389 from anywhere, and then advanced networking here. So we go for as here as well, read on termination, and nothing else in the storage and advanced details. I'm just gonna click launch instance here as well. So if I go to instances for North California now, so there is that pending one here, refresh, and it's still pending. If we go back to the diagram, so VPC is created in US West 1 region in North California. Subnet is created, Internet Gateway is created, route table has been updated, and Internet Gateway is set to send all the traffic through this route table to subnet here. And EC2 instance is being created now with the security group as well. But the only difference here is that public IP is not available for this EC2 instance, so it's going to be only private IP. If I go back and just check, yep, it is running now. So we're good in North California. So what we need to do is we need to create a peering connection between the two VPCs in two different regions, right? So once we create peering connection, then we need to still update this same route table again. That hey route table, you need to connect to this IP through this peering connection, and then we're going to update this route table. Hey route table, you need to connect to this IP through this peering connection, right? So first we create peering connection and then we create the route table as well, right? So I'm going to go back and first I'm going to North Virginia, right? So in route North Virginia, there's a peering connection here. You can create that from anywhere. So I'll just ignore, we can ignore that because I was just testing, so it's deleted the previous one. So I'm just going to create a new one, create peering connection. So this is N dash Virginia dash VPC 2 dash N dash California dash VPC peering dash con connection. So the local one is North Virginia. We can do that from California side as well, exactly the same way. It does need to know now, okay, where's the other VPC? So we're going to select that US West one, which is North California. And I need to grab the VPC ID from there. So I'm going to go to the North California and go to the VPC here. And then I'll just unselect the default one, select this one. There's a VPC ID under the details for the North California VPC. So I'm just going to copy this ID and go back where I'm configuring the peering connection, where it is asking the destination, or the other VPC. So I've given this ID. All I need to do now is to click create peering connection. So it's just saying that go to the other side, so this is North Virginia, right? It's saying that go to North California and go to peering connection there and accept this peering request. So I'm just going to click that and go down to peering connection here. I'm in North California and it says that peering acceptance. So I'm just going to select this and then go to actions and accept request. So refresh and it should be active now. Yep. So the peering connection, if I go to the diagram, the peering connection between North Virginia and North California is now working. I need to tell or update the existing route table. Hey, existing route table in North Virginia, you need to connect to North California VPC through this peering connection. How do I do that? I'm going to, I'm in North Virginia now. I will go to the route table and then again click the route table here and I'm gonna give them another route and hey, you need to connect to the other VPC through a peering connection that has already been created between the two VPCs. So I'm just gonna click the route here and click add route again and this time, so I'm in North Virginia, right? You should know the IP range of North California. So I'm just going to put that IP range here, 192.168.0.0/24. This is 24, 16. And through what device or through what appliance I'm going to do that. So through peering connection, I will be connecting to the VPC in North California, whose IP range is this, while I'm inside Virginia. I'm just going to save changes. And then I'm going to go to the other side and do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to go to North California now. I'll go to the route tables and I'll select the route table here and I'll tell it, hey, there's another route now. And then edit routes here. And then we'll add the route here that, hey, route table, you will be connecting to the other side, which is 0.0.0/16. And through the peering connection here. So that's the peering connection, right? And then I'll just save changes here, right? Now, what we have done is that we have created the peering connection between the two VPCs. Then we told or updated the existing route table that, hey, there's another route you need to know. You need to connect to this VPC with this IP range through the peering connection, and then updated the same information here, route table. Hey, you need to connect to this VPC's IP range, this one, through this peering connection. That's what we just did now. Now, the moment of truth. So we're gonna try to initiate a connection and go RDP into this. This only has a private IP, it doesn't have a public IP. Right? We're gonna try to do that now. So I'm just going to I'll go to the interface. Why? Because I need to know the information of the EC2 instance here, which only has a private IP. Right? So I'll go to the instance. It is already an instance. It is running. I'll select that instance, and I need to try to connect because I need to know the password. I cannot download this because from my laptop I cannot connect to this machine. It only has a private IP. So there's that private IP. So I'll click that and my notepad here. N dash California dash EC2 instance info, and then first the IP. It's a private IP. We know that the username is administrator, and now we need to get the password. So the downloaded private key, I'm going to locate in my downloads folder. This is the California private key. Add it here, decrypt. Now it gave me the password here, which I will add to my notepad. I need that information now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here while I put this information here. Okay. I put this information here and put this, make it a little bigger. So here, MSDSC, more desktop, right? On desktop, it opens. Now I will copy the IP. So this is that other machine, North Virginia. Okay. So here's the IP. I'll click connect here. Okay, it asks for username password. So username is administrator, and the password is this password. And then I click OK. It asks, it says that it's self-signed certificate. I say yeah, just go ahead. And now it is connecting the other machine as and which is a BA. So this is the window. I'm just gonna make it smaller so we can see that we're still in the other window, which is in North Virginia. Now we're connecting to the private IP based machine, which is in North California. So to the peering connection, we are able to log in, connect remotely to this machine as well. Right? Just letting it load now. It should be showing exactly like this. There we go. So that's the cross region. If I go to the background, so this is the cross region ring connection. Right? So yeah, I had done this lab in the class previous class. The problem is that I didn't create the interconnection in the for the VPC, and the route tables. The existing route table should be updated, which is okay. Uh, so one thing is internet gateway has to be given to the both VPCs, and second thing is that route tables should be updated with all the information in just one route table. Right? Better do that, and it should work. So that route table has information of who's connected to what. So in the same route table, you tell that connection related information as well. So yeah, so slight change from what we did in the class, but that's how it works now. And hopefully you'll be able to do this video and understand the whole peering connection configuration. If there are any questions, let me know in the WhatsApp group, class WhatsApp group, right? Or in the comments, because I'm going to be uploading this in YouTube. All right, there you go. Bye bye.